What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, bigboyfactsjonnytv, and tonight I'll go over my WWE Crown Jewel review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notification when I premiere a brand new video or I go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Now let's talk about WWE Crown Jewel. I must say, WWE Crown Jewel was a good show, and I give it an 8.5 out of 10. This Crown Jewel right here was way better than last year's Crown Jewel. And that's all I gotta say. It's nothing but pure facts. So we're kicking things off with Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. This was a good match. As Lesnar is making his entrance, Bobby Lashley attacks him at ringside, sending him into the ring steps. Brock Lesnar is limping, speared by Lashley. Lesnar gets to his feet. Lashley spears Lesnar again. Lesnar rolls out of the ring. Lashley spears Lesnar through the barricade. Lashley sends Lesnar into the ring. Lesnar can't stand up. Lashley spears Lesnar again. Lesnar kicks out. Lashley tries the hurt lock, but Lesnar reverses it into a German suplex. Lesnar hits another. Lesnar German suplex Lashley two more times. F5 by Brock Lesnar. Lashley kicks out. Lesnar tries another F5, but Lashley escapes and sends Lesnar flying out of the ring. Lashley picks up Lesnar on his shoulders and drives him into the ring post. Lesnar gets to his feet. Lashley sends Lesnar back into the ring. Lashley tries a spear, but Lesnar lifts him up for an F5 before Lesnar can drop him. Lashley counters that with a nasty spinebuster. Lashley traps Lesnar in a hurt lock. Lesnar tries to fight out of it, but eventually drops to one knee. Lashley applies more pressure. Lesnar fights back to his feet and walks up the turnbuckles. Lesnar throws himself backwards and lands on Lashley. The referee counts Lashley's shoulder down for a 3. The winner of the match, Brock Lesnar. This was a good match right here. It says after the match, after the match, Lashley puts Lesnar in the hurt lock again. Lesnar pass out. Okay, let's move on. So we get the WWE Women's Tag Team title match. Alexa Bliss and Asuka versus Damage Control. I must say, this match was solid. This was a solid match. Alexa Bliss traps Dakota Kai under the bottom rope and stomps on her back. Dakota Kai trips Bliss into the ropes and tags in Io Sky. Alexa Bliss tags in Asuka. Asuka and Io Sky trade strikes. Attempt and submission attempts. Asuka floors Io Sky with a shoulder block. Alexa Bliss and Asuka try to double team the double suplex Io Sky, but she lands on her feet. Asuka bulldogs Io Sky into the boot from Alexa Bliss. Io Sky kicks out. Alexa Bliss and Asuka land dual hip attacks that sends Io Sky and Dakota Kai flying off the apron. Stereo baseball slides by Alexa Bliss and Asuka. Asuka goes up top. Io Sky lands a springboard drop kick that hangs Asuka up in the top turnbuckle by her leg. Dakota Kai runs in and kicks Asuka in the knee. Dakota Kai and Io Sky take turns working over Asuka's injured leg. Asuka managed to tag in Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss clears the ring, modifying insult to injury by Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss drops Dakota Kai with a tornado DDT. Io Sky breaks up the pin. Io Sky lands a double underhook backbreaker. Alexa Bliss is out on the mat. Io Sky tries to go up top, but Alexa Bliss grabs her foot. Alexa Bliss hits the code red. Io Sky kicks out. Alexa Bliss goes up top, followed by Io Sky and Dakota Kai. Asuka pulls everyone off the top with a Tower of Doom suplex. Missile jaw kick by Asuka. Dakota Kai kicks out. Asuka unloads on Dakota Kai with strikes after strike. Codebreaker by Asuka. Asuka missed a hip attack. Dakota Kai tries a kick and get German suplex out of her boots. Dakota Kai kicks out. Asuka missed a shoulder block in the corner. Dakota Kai blasts Asuka with a running boot in the corner. Asuka kicks out. Asuka kicks Dakota Kai in the head and tags in Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss goes for the Twisted Bliss after a distraction from Io Sky. Dakota Kai gets her knees up. Io Sky and Asuka fight and end up rolling back into the ring. As the referee is distracted with Io Sky and Asuka, Nikki Cross hits the ring and hits a hangman's swinging neck breaker on Alexa Bliss. Dakota Kai pins Alexa Bliss. The winner and your new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Damage Control. Now, I had a bad feeling that Nikki Cross was going to get involved. And that's all I got to say. But let's move on. So we get the steel cage match. Drew McIntyre versus Karen Cross, accompanied by Scarlett. I must say this was a decent steel cage match. Karen Cross missed a clothesline. McIntyre fires back with a fury of strikes. Suplex by McIntyre. Cross shots McIntyre in the throat and attempt to climb the cage. McIntyre floors. Cross crushes McIntyre on the top rope. Cross crushes McIntyre in the corner. Exploder suplex by Cross. Cross launches McIntyre into the cage. Cross chokes McIntyre against the cage. McIntyre screams in pain. Cross works over McIntyre. Cross sends McIntyre into the corner. McIntyre explodes out of the corner with a clothesline. Overhead throw by McIntyre. McIntyre ducks a clothesline and lands a net breaker. Karen Cross fires back. McIntyre answers with Mochoku driver. Cross kicks out. McIntyre sits Cross on the top rope. Cross knocks McIntyre into the trio rule. McIntyre sits up and suplex Cross off the top. Cross hits the mat with a thud. McIntyre charges in, but Cross destroys him with the Bazanku knee. McIntyre kicks out. Cross traps McIntyre in the cross jacket. McIntyre reverses it into a sleeper hold. Cross gets to his feet and counters with a stiff doomsday seto. McIntyre sits up but ducks the cross hammer. Neck breaker by McIntyre. McIntyre calls for the Claymore. Scarlett climbs the cage and distracts McIntyre. Cross puts McIntyre in the cross jacket. McIntyre escapes. Karen Cross levels him with the knee. I'm sorry, Karen Cross levels him with the cross hammer. Cross mocks McIntyre before trying to climb the cage. McIntyre cuts Karen Cross off as he gets to the top of the cage. McIntyre superplex Cross off the top of the cage. Both men are down. McIntyre calls for the cage door to be opened. As McIntyre is about to exit, Scarlett sprays McIntyre and the referee in the face with mace. Cross tries to crawl out of the ring, but McIntyre gets to his feet, draws an elbow on Karen Cross. McIntyre catches Cross with the Claymore. Scarlett locks the cage door. Scarlett screams that McIntyre can't win. McIntyre climbs the cage Instead, Scarlett frankly tries to unlock the cage before Cross can crawl out. McIntyre drops down to the floor for the win. The winner of the match, Drew McIntyre. This was a decent steel cage match. Alright, so we get the OC versus the Judgment Day. Now, I must say, this match, this match right here, this was good. This was good. Balor and Anderson started the match. Anderson lands a fury of uppercuts. Balor hits the ropes, but Anderson drop kicks him in the knee. Balor tags in Priest. Anderson tags in Gallows. Priest and Gallows slam into each other. Neither man goes down. Gallows dares Priest to try it again. Priest fakes like he's to but turns and dashes Gallows. Gallows floors Damian Priest with a clothesline. Styles tags in and gets dropped by Damian Priest. Dominic begs for the tag. Damian Priest tags him in, and he walks right into a backbreaker by Styles. The entire OC takes turns beating up Dominic in the corner. Gallows slams Dominic with an arm, then drops a thunderous elbow. AJ Styles tags back in and hits a brainbuster. Dominic rolls out of the ring. Anderson tags in and follows Dominic. Anderson walks into a super kick by Priest. The Judgment Day takes turns working over Anderson. Anderson managed to tag in Gallows as Dominic recruitly re, re, recruitly gets the tag from Priest. Gallows puts Dominic into the ring and proceeds to toss him all over it. Okay. Gallows and Anderson set up the Magic Killer on Dominic, but Priest breaks it up. Um, Dominic gets a near fall after a sneaky roll up on Anderson. Anderson and Dominic close on each other at the same time. Styles gets the hot tag and lands a fury of offense on all three members of the Judgment Day. Balor tries the 1816, but Styles reverses it into Yugroshi. Styles calls for the Styles Clash, but Balor escapes. Styles tries the calf crusher, but Balor turns it into a figure four. Everyone lands a big move. Balor gets a near fall after the final cut on Styles. Final cut on Styles. Balor goes up top. Styles cuts him off. Anderson gets lifted onto Priest's shoulder as Gallows lifts Dominic into the same position. Gallows drops Dominic as Priest drops Anderson. Styles suplex Balor off the top. Styles sets up the phenomenal forearm, but Rhea Ripley pulls him off the apron. Balor hits the wool drop kick. Balor pins Styles after the coup de grace. The winner of the match, the Judgment Day. This was a good tag team match. All right, let's move on. So we get Braun Strowman versus Omos. Now this match was this match had me dying laughing, but the ending was terrible. So you have Omos build up. WWE has killed Omos momentum, but this match was terrible. Terrible match right here. All right. Strowman and Omos jaw at each other as the bell rings. Strowman gets in Omos' face. Omos put his hands up for a test of strength. Strowman obliged. Omos drives Strowman to his knees. Strowman fights back to his feet. Omos knees Strowman in the gut before forcing him into the corner. Omos whips Strowman into the opposite corner. Strowman struggles to get to his feet. Omos crushes Strowman in the corner. Strowman is sent flying after a big boot from Omos. Strowman stunts Omos on the top rope. Omos stumbles. Strowman tries to lift Omos, but he get him up. Um, can't get him up. Omos body slams Strowman with ease. Um, Strowman tries to fight back, but Omos lifts Strowman one arm and hits another slam. Um, Omos tries to pin Omos um to pin Omos tries to pin Strowman with one foot, but Strowman kicks out. Strowman lands a fury of punches. Omos shrugs it off. Strowman tries to close on Omos over the top, but he won't go over. Strowman gets Omos over the top with a second attempt. Omos lands on his feet. Strowman tries to fight train Omos, but Omos counters with a mysterious body block. Omos tosses Strowman back into the ring. Omos missile miss a body block in the corner. Strowman picks up Omos and hits the running power slam for the win. The winner of the match, Braun Strowman. The match was terrible. This was the worst match of the night. But Braun Strowman took one power move just to beat Omos. WWE has killed Omos momentum. This match was terrible. and this was the worst match of the night. All right, let's move on. So we get the undisputed tag team championship match: the Usos versus the Brawling Brutes. Now this match was good. As soon as the bell rings, Bush knocks Jay off the apron. Bush floors Jimmy with a strike. Jimmy rolls out of the ring. The Usos grab their titles and they decided to leave. Bush lands a dive. The Usos double team Bush in the corner. The crowd chants that they want Sammy. Jay yells they ain't getting him. Bush surprised Jimmy with a tornado DDT. Bush tags in Holland. Holland superplexes both Usos at the same time. Jay Uso kick out. Holland hits Jay with Sheamus 10 beats of the veteran. Jimmy saves Jay. Butch and Holland stomps Jimmy elbow on the steel steps on the steel ring steps. Butch tags in and fake Jay out as he tries a moonsault. Jay tries to block it with a super kick, but Butch holds on the ropes. Moonsault by Butch. After a series of reversals, Butch just eats a super kick from Jay. Jimmy tags in and tries a Uso splash, but Bush counters with a triangle. Bush snaps Jimmy's fingers. Jimmy tags in Jay. Jimmy lifts Bush off the mat and Jay super kicks him. Double Uso splash by Jimmy and Jay. Hollins breaks up the pin. The Brutes sends Jimmy into the crowd. The Brutes sends Jimmy into the crowd. Hollins and Butch hit their finish on Jay. Jimmy somehow makes it back to the ring to break up the pin. Everyone trades strikes. The Usos double super kicks Hollins off the apron. Butch goes up top. Jay super kicks Butch before lifting him off the top rope. As Jimmy flies in for an avalanche to 1D. The winner is still your WWE Undisputed Tag Team Champions, the Usos. This was a good tag team match. Alright, let's move on. Alright, so we get the Raw Women's Championship last women's standing match. Bianca Belair versus Bayley. This match was fantastic. A lot of storytelling during this match. This match was good. Bianca Belair and Bayley did a good job in this match. So that's all I gotta say. This match was good. But anyway, Bayley and Belair into the corner. Bayley sends Belair into the corner. Belair stumbles. Bayley asks the referee to count. Belair keeps up to her feet to break the count. Belair slams Bayley 3 times before tossing her out of the ring. Bayley pulls a candlestick from under the ring. Belair avoids all of Bayley's candlestick shots before tossing her over the top. Bayley brings a chair into the ring. Belair miss a drop kick. Belair backflips off the ropes to avoid a chair shot. Belair drop kicks the chair onto Bayley's face. Bayley pulls a ladder from under the ring. Belair charges and gets stunned. On the middle rope, Bayley slides the ladder into the ring. Belair lands a dive. Bayley whips Belair into the steel ring steps but by her hair before Belair can get to her feet. Bayley suplexes her out on the floor. Bayley sits Belair in the chair and lands and diving close off the barricade. Belair written in pain as Bayley sets up a table. Belair fights her way out of a suplex by Bayley and hits one of her own. The referee starts to count. Bayley gets to her feet, but she trips off the ramp. The referee checks on Bayley as she clutches at her ankle. The referee holds Belair back as she tries to continues her attack. Bayley sucker punched Belair before sending her back into the ring. Bayley goes up top. Bianca Belair grabs the chair in the ring and tosses it into Bayley's face. Bayley pulls in between the ring steps and the ring apron. Bayley kicks the steps into Bianca Belair's gut. Bianca Belair is buried under the steps. Bailey puts a ladder on top of the steps. Bianca Belair managed to wiggle from under the steps. Bailey beats her with a candlestick. Belair tosses the ring steps at Bailey. Bailey charges in and gets spine buster on the ring steps. The referee counts. The referee counts. Bailey gets to her feet. Belair grabs the candlestick as Bailey runs away. Belair whips Bailey with the candlestick. Bailey hits the belly to belly on the stage. The referee counts both women get to their feet. At 8, Bailey hits Bianca Belair with an equipment case. Bailey traps Belair in the case. Um, Bianca Belair bursts out of the case as the referee is counting. Bianca Belair tries to kiss of death, but Bailey escapes. Bailey locks Bianca Belair in the crawl space. Bianca Belair passes out. The referee starts to count. Bianca Belair gets to her feet and falls right back down. Bailey drives out on the stage in a golf cart. Bailey tries to run over Bianca Belair, but she moves out of the way. Bailey climbs on the top. Yeah, huh? Yeah. Bailey climbs on the top of the cart. Belair follows and slams Bailey head into the car. Bianca Belair drops Bailey back down to the ring. Bianca Belair tosses Bailey off the top of the car onto a table that doesn't break. Bailey isn't moving. Bianca Belair picks up Bailey and power bombs her through the table. The referee counts as Bailey breaks the count at 9. Bianca Belair lands Bailey on a chair and puts another one on her chest. Bianca Belair tries a 450 splash, but Bailey moves out of the way. The referee counts as Bailey. I'm sorry. The referee counts as Bianca Belair experiencing anger. Belair gets to her feet at the 9.5 count. Bailey sets up a chair. Bianca Belair lifts Bailey and hits a kiss of death on the chair. Bailey knees hit the point of the chair. That was a nasty landing. Bianca Belair traps Bailey in between the ladder and slides it under the bottom rope. Bailey is trapped. Bailey only makes it halfway out before the referee counts to 10. The winner is still your Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. This was a good match. I enjoyed it. So, all right, let's move on, people. All right, so we get the in-ring segment, Bray Wyatt. Wyatt reintroduced himself to the crowd. Wyatt says many people didn't know that he comes from prestigious wrestling family. From a young age, he wanted to be great, but that wasn't good enough. He had to be the greatest of all of them. He did what he thought he needed to do. He gave in. He gave in so much that he made a monster of himself. Riot wore that mask with pride. He soon understood that while he wore that mask, he's no longer felt pain. When you have that kind of power, it's hard to quit. He found himself totally alone. That monster ran off everyone he ever loved. The crowd chants, "We love you." No one loves him. People love the idea of what he can do for them. He doesn't even love himself. This isn't the end of his story. And this isn't the way this is the way he wants to be. Remember his name. is Bray Wyatt, and he's going to rewrite the end of his. He's going to rewrite the end of his story. A video cuts and says, um, that was a good promo by Bray Wyatt. And now we get the main event of the evening. We get the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match. Roman Reigns, accompanied by Paul Heyman, versus Logan Paul. This match, I must say, Logan Paul and Roman Reigns had a good fight. This was a good main event. That's all I gotta say. It was boring from the beginning, but it picked up. But still, this was a good match. Roman Reigns laughed as the bell rings. He isn't sweating Paul on any level. Both men lock up. Reigns send Paul into the corner. Reigns plays the crowd. Reigns force Paul into the corner again after another lockup. Logan Paul gets in Roman Reigns' face. Roman Reigns pushes Logan Paul. Logan Paul pushes Reigns in the crowd. Start cheering for Paul, which enraged Reigns. Logan Paul goes behind Roman Reigns and slams him to the mat. Roman Reigns is pissed. Roman Reigns goes behind Logan Paul and slams him to the mat. Roman Reigns clotheslines Paul. Paul gets to his feet and launches a haymaker that Reigns narrowly avoids. Okay, Roman Reigns rolls out of the ring to collect himself. Roman Reigns lands a few strikes, followed by a suplex. Logan Paul kicks out. Roman Reigns works over Paul. Paul lands a fury of offense cap with a hip toss. Roman Reigns stumbles to his feet. Logan Paul clotheslines Reigns over the top. Logan Paul follows and gets a boot to the gut. Roman Reigns tosses Logan Paul into the timekeeper's area. Roman Reigns jogs with the crowd, but when he turns around, Logan Paul lands a crossbody off the barricade. Logan Paul sends Roman Reigns back into the ring and hits a buckshot lariat for a 2 count. Reigns is stunned. Logan Paul attempts a springboard, but Roman Reigns punches him out of the air. Okay, Roman Reigns shush the crowd as he continues his assault on Logan Paul. While Roman Reigns has Logan Paul in a camel clutch, he calls Mr. Beast, and various other YouTubers. No more YouTubers over here. That part was funny. Logan Paul struggles to his feet and manages to gut wrench suplex Reigns. Both men slowly get to their feet. Roman Reigns and Logan Paul trade strikes. Logan Paul gets a near fall after a blockbuster. Roman Reigns sends Logan Paul into the ropes. Logan Paul explodes off the ropes with an HBK flying elbow. Logan Paul kicks up and hits a flying crossbody. Standing moonsault by Logan Paul. Roman Reigns kicks out. Logan Paul tunes up the band and tries sweet chin music. Roman Reigns catches Logan Paul's foot and obliterates him with a rock bottom. Logan Paul kicks out. Roman Reigns tries a Superman punch, but Paul slaps it and jabs Reigns in the kidney. Roman Reigns lands a right haymaker. Roman Reigns stumbles around the ring. Superman punch by Logan Paul. Roman Reigns kicks out at 2.9. Roman Reigns rolls out of the ring. Paul clears the commentary desk. Roman Reigns gets laid on the desk. Logan Paul grabs a phone from his friend at ringside. Logan Paul goes up top while going on Instagram Live at the same time. Logan Paul dives off the top while filming himself and lands a crossbody, destroying Roman Reigns and the table in the process. The Usos come down to ringside and attack Paul's friend in the crowd. Alright, Jake Paul music hits and he runs down to the ring and Jake knocks out both Usos. Jake helps his brother up and he tosses Reigns back in the ring. Logan Paul goes up top and hits a frog splash. Roman Reigns kicks out. Solo Sikoa power walks to the ring. Jake Paul meets him on the ramp. Officials and the referees run down to the ring and separate both men. The Usos sneaks up behind. Jake Paul, yeah, it says, Paul dives onto off the ring onto both Usos to save his brother. Paul rolls back into the ring and gets Superman punched by Reigns. Reigns spears Logan Paul and pins him. The winner is still your undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Now this match was good, and that's all I gotta say from here. And Crown Jewel goes off the air. All right, I must say, that WWE Crown Jewel was a good show, and I give it an 8.5 out of 10. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my WWE Crown Jewel review on highlights, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below on what are your thoughts on Crown Jewel. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button. Turn on post notifications when I premiere a brand new video or go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. And later on tonight, I will be going live on YouTube, and that's all I got to say from here. But anyway, this your boy, bigboyfactsjonnytv. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, and always stay positive and never give up on your dreams. Keep your crew, keep your kings. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang.